So so we have this latest SAP S/4HANA coming up with SAP Fiori in the market. Okay, so this is going to revolutionize the analytics in SAP. So you have SAP ECC version, which is designed for Industry 3.0 specific, and you have this S/4HANA, which is defined for digital new age analytical applications. So how it will benefit, let's see one by one after this. Okay, what are some of the fundamentals that you will get to know in this webinar is what are the core areas, what how SAP S/4HANA is impacting the future of the business. So basically, you know what SAP stands for, the systems, applications, and products, and it is an enterprise management ERP resource planning software where you can manage all the different activities in the organization, be it your financial activity, sales and distribution activities, production planning activities, warehouse management activities, PM plant maintenance activities, quality management, logistics, the N number of modules. You could take HR, payroll management, REFX, real estate management. There are around 64 plus modules in SAP. And you can connect to so many external systems also in order to regulate your business activities. So SAP provides you that. And then this is the best, that is what I was talking about, easy integration. You can integrate, suppose in an organization, it is a continuous a flow of information from one department to another department. The best example I can pick in terms of finances, for example, you have where and all activities finance is involved. The organization is nothing but there are a lot of operating activities that you perform. And in all the operational activities, there will be some expenses that is being incurred at every step, be it in any department, be it for labor, employee salaries, or your raw materials, or your sales, marketing related thing. Everywhere you have your own enterprise related activities, and all of them, the data has to flow and it should be recorded in the accounting. So that is how finance is important, and same time logistics. For example, you purchase the raw materials, you took it to the plant shop floor, and then from plant, uh, you after the manufacturing, you are again shipping it to a warehouse, or you are shipping it to a distribution point where it can be readily sold to the customers or directly to a customer location. So your logistics team is involved, your material handling management is involved, and then your procurement is involved. So there is a continuous seam of data that is flowing across the systems, right? So that should be maintained in your SAP system, and that data flow should happen from one module to another module. For that, it really helps. There is the best application available across the globe for easier integration. And what is the impact that SAP has? There are around, I think this figure needs to be updated. There are around 4,40,000 customers across the globe. Okay, and then 91% of the top most global 2000 companies are now using. This is an old figure. And now coming to this brand value, yes, SAP has a 98% of brand value. It is not very easy for any organization to have such huge brand value, right? So SAP is like it is doing its best in terms of giving support to all the businesses. So it is one of the best software. Now coming to the what is the advantage? So in your unlike your SAP ECC system, SAP ECC system was much focused on your existing reports where you execute the transactions, and then that transactions data is seen on the reports. You need to pass all the values manually. For example, if I take the case of Amazon, we are living in a digital age. All the applications are digital. If you search for one particular product, the system will keep on suggesting you with different similar related products. For example, you bought an air conditioner, then the Amazon website will immediately suggest people also bought along with air conditioner. They bought stabilizer, they bought some outdoor unit stand, or they bought some AC cover, or they will give us some remote holder or some products. It will keep suggesting. So this suggestion can come only with analytics, digital analytics. So SAP ECC doesn't have that analytical feature, and SAP S/4HANA has that analytical feature where without even execution of a report, you can have Fiori apps created in the system, and that Fiori apps will show you the real-time data. So that's the beauty of this SAP S/4HANA. Without even clicking, and the like how you are in your mobile, you'll have weather reports. Uh, Suppose, for example, a finance guy wants to know what is the accounts receivable that I will be getting in particular period. He can just load it in the app, and the app will continuously update him what is the leftover accounts receivable that needs to be received in a particular month. Even without executing any query, system will fetch the real-time data. That is possible because the older version of the SAP EC system used to use some third-party databases. The third-party databases are like your Oracle, you have your Microsoft SQL, and the famous one is Sybase. These are different databases. Sybase is obviously purchased, acquired by SAP company again. So now, keeping all this, what SAP has done is instead of people going for third-party databases, SAP developed its own database called HANA. It is called highly analytical application. So this HANA database is now whoever wants to have this analytical features, this HANA database, only if they use HANA database, they will get that analytical features. It's not that in SAP S4 HANA ERP suite, you cannot use third-party database. Yes, you can use the third-party database, but you will miss out on analytical features. Why? Because if you are having some third-party database, for example, like Oracle or MS SQL or something, these are all OLTP, online transaction processing databases. So the data is usually stored in a RDBMS structure, kind of rows and columns. And then in the organization, you'll have a lot of analytical information related to the customer or vendor or whatever analytical information you possess. So there will be different applications where you will fetch all those related data also. That is called analytical data. And this analytical data will be stored in the form of cubes. Now, with that analytical data, you also want to mix this OLTP data and take a decision. That is very tough in a older version of SAP ECC. But in SAP S4 HANA, because of this SAP HANA database has the capacity uh, to perform both a OLAP and OLTP parallelly. That is the reason real-time information will be flown from the real-time information will be fetched from the database continuously and that helps in quicker decision making. You'll get to know what is the actual status currently without even clicking anything. Okay, and what are the future innovations in SAP? Yes, in the they are now future is all about data, right? And they are developing some platforms called SAP BTP, Business Technology Platform, in which they want to integrate all the uh, uh, ERP and non-ERP applications inside it, and then they wanted to uh, use this analytics. Uh, they are moving away from business warehouse and business intelligence platforms to SAP Cloud Analytics platforms, and the future is going to be like full of data-driven decision making, and they wanted to bet hard on it. And then coming to this, what I was speaking about, the innovations that they already had. The OLTP and OLAP features are, if you want to use OLTP, you need to have a separate database of Oracle. And if you want OLAP, if you want to capture the OLAP information, you need to have a separate database. But in SAP HANA, you can capture both OLTP and OLAP at the same time. That's the beauty. You don't need two separate databases, and that is the advantage that it offers. And then there is a lot of career opportunities with SAP. Currently in the market, there is a new trend called migration from ECC to S/4HANA. Okay, what's happening is people are migrating from the older version of SAP ECC system to they are migrating to SAP S/4HANA. Because of this and SAP is going to stop support for the ECC version by 2027. Earlier they announced 2025, but due to COVID in the market, they have changed the date to 2027. Okay, and this 2027 is going to be the deadline for SAP ECC systems. After that, every customer has to start using SAP S/4HANA. They can still use the existing systems, but what happens is you will not get any support from SAP. So, not getting any support, imagine a big business, which is a global company who is operating in some 80 to 90 plus countries across the globe, and everywhere you need SAP for it. There will be continuous legal changes and all. You can't hire a consultant who can do coding for it, right? So if SAP is offering the support, they will provide the standard programs which you can install in your system. For example, in India, in the case of you have a GST, all of a sudden, and there is a e-way billing project announced. What happens when these projects have to be implemented? If SAP is offering the support, depending upon your version of SAP you are using in the system, respective node number can be directly installed and the backend program will be pre-installed in your system and your system setup will be ready. So the consultants will just do some basic settings and the business end users can use the application. But whereas if SAP stops the support, now you have to hire company which is using ECC system only, still have to hire some consultant to write the program separately and it's going to be super expensive, and which is not recommended, and every company is scared of that business continuity and you don't know how long it will take for delivery of that things. So everyone is now focused to migrate from ECC to S/4HANA. That is the reason all of a sudden in the industry there is a huge requirement of consultants. There is a huge requirement of the consultants because there are a lot of projects coming up. Even though the market situations are bad now, this is the requirement from SAP point standpoint of view, and there are more opportunities in SAP consultant.